teacher here at Harrison Elementary School. And the book that I'm going to be reading today is Arthur Teacher Moves In. Now this is actually one of my favorite books because one of my favorite shows growing up was Arthur. I know a lot of you probably heard of Arthur, but this book is actually based on one of the episodes, so I will really enjoy reading this for you all. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. Okay. It was Friday afternoon, and Arthur was relaxing. Woo! No Mr. Ratburn all weekend, Arthur said. Arthur said, Mom, I just heard some bad news. The snow collapsed Mr. Ratburn's roof, and he has nowhere to stay. All right, looks like Arthur's relaxing for the weekend. Let's see. What happens next? Oh, too bad, Arthur said, his eyes glued to the TV. I knew you'd feel that way, his mother said. So we invited him over to stay here. Oh, okay, Arthur said, still watching TV. Stay here? Arthur ran after his mom. All right, guess Arthur isn't too happy. Let's see. Mom, what did what did you say? Arthur stammered. Arthur's teacher is going to stay here, sang DW. Just until his roof is fixed, said Mom. Arthur couldn't believe it. Later that day, Arthur told Buster the news. Buster is his best friend. It's too weird, Arthur said. My teacher in my house, walking on my carpet, eating from my spoons and touching my stuff. Buster agreed. School is at school and home is at home, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Exactly, Arthur nodded. All right. But his parents didn't understand. It's just plain wrong, Arthur tried to explain. It goes against nature. The poor man has nowhere else to go, said Dad. He's going to stay here, said Mom. And we're all going to make him feel welcome. Arthur tried to imagine Mr. Ratburn staying at his house, but the picture in his head was too horrible. Whew. Let's keep going. The next day, Arthur borrowed books from the brain and rushed home to put up new posters. What are you doing? Asked DW. You wouldn't understand, Arthur answered. Are you trying to make Mr. Ragworm think you're smarter than you really are? Go away, Arthur said. Then the doorbell rang. Arthur, DW, called Mom. Come say hello. Hi, Mr. Ratbite, said DW. Is it true you torture kids? Here I am, Arthur cried. Welcome, hello, come in. Please take these up to your room, Arthur said Dad. He's staying in Arthur's room, sang DW. I put your sleeping bag in DW's room, said Mom. Hey, no fair. I wonder how many of you all will like or feel about if your teacher came to stay with you one day. Let's see. Mr. Ratburn saw the books on Arthur's table. Those are my favorite books in the world, Arthur said. Mr. Ratburn said. Trigonometry for fun? The double helix and you? Didn't you just borrow those from the brain? Said DW. I use my brain a lot, Arthur said quickly. Mr. Roseburns, said DW. Look what's under here. Arthur quickly leaned against the poster. I think I smell Dad making a cake. He said cake, said DW. She ran out the door. Cake, said Mr. Ratburn. He ran out too. Arthur sank onto his bed, relieved. If you look closely, it looks like it's the Bionic Bunny poster underneath his microscope poster that he always has on his wall. Let's keep going. Later, Arthur was watching the Bionic Bunny show. But when Mr. Ratburn came into the room, Arthur quickly changed the channel. "You look different," Arthur said. "I don't always dress for school, Arthur." "Mr. Rathead," said DW, "you were lucky you weren't in school when the roof fell in." "It was the roof to my home," said Mr. Ratburn. DW looked confused. "Teachers don't live at school," Mr. Ratburn explained. "We have houses just like you." "Oh," said DW. "The world was so simple until now." I wonder how many of you all think that teachers live at school. Let's keep going. "Would you like to watch one of my videos?" Mr. Ratburn asked Arthur. "Of course," said Arthur. "I love educational videos." A cartoon kangaroo appeared on the screen. "Spooky Pooh," Arthur said. "One of my favorites," said Mr. Ratburn. After Spooky Pooh, Mr. Ratburn covered Arthur's history book with a handkerchief and waved his hand over it. When he pulled the handkerchief away, the book was gone. Shazam! No homework tonight. "Wow," said Arthur. "Can you teach me that?" "Sure, Mr. Ratburn." For dessert, Dad brought out a huge cake. "I like it when Mr. Ragburp stays with us," said DW. On Monday morning, Arthur's friends all shook their heads. "Can you imagine Ratburn living with you?" said Buster. "I bet Arthur's ready to run away," said Francine. "Hey, Arthur," said Buster. "You can stay at my house until Ratburn goes home." "It's not so bad," said Arthur. "He taught me a magic trick. We had fun." Mr. Ratburn waved at Arthur. Arthur waved back. At lunch, everyone was talking about the math test. "I got a C minus," Buster said. "You beat me," Muffy said. "Arthur got an A," said Francine. "It's not fair." "Yeah, we could all get A's if Mr. Ratburn lived with us, and our fathers made cakes for him," said Muffy. "But I studied hard for that test," Arthur protested. "Sure you did," everyone said. Let's keep going. Got a couple of more pages here. Arthur's school. All of Arthur's friends were busy. "Want to watch some Spooky Pooh?" Arthur asked. "I don't think so," said Buster. "I don't want to get between you and your new friend." "Want to go to the Sugar Bowl for some hot cocoa?" Arthur asked Francine and Muffy. Francine shook her head. "Sorry, we're already going to the Sugar Bowl for some hot cocoa." Then the brain asked for his books back. "Sure," said Arthur. "I'll bring them to your house." "No thanks. Please bring them to school," said the brain. Teacher's pet," sang Pinky. "That means you, Arthur." Then he handed Arthur a note from Fern. Arthur walked home alone. Well, that wasn't very nice. Pal was at the door to greet him. "It's great to get home," said Arthur, and forget all about school. Mr. Ratburn was at the kitchen table, eating cake. "Oh," said Arthur. "Hi." He quickly left the room. Later, Arthur showed Fern drawings to his parents and Mr. Ratburn. "And Binky called me a teacher's pet," Arthur said. "Maybe I should talk to everyone," said Mr. Ratburn. "No," Arthur said. "That will make it worse." "You know, I wouldn't give you special treatment," Mr. Ratburn said. "And you have studied hard lately." "If you give me an F," said Arthur, "that will prove I'm not a teacher's pet." "Soon they'll realize that they're wrong," said Mom. "Not as soon as he gave me an F," said Arthur. All right. Now, I think it's great that since Arthur does have a problem, that he actually is going to his grown-ups about it. So if you ever have a problem at school, make sure you always go to a grown-up. And your parents could really help with that. Let's see. Let's keep going. We're almost finished with the story. Tuesday at lunch. Everyone made fun of Arthur. teacher's pet, sang Binky. If cake gives you 1 A, will apple pie give you 2 A's? Said Francine. Maybe with some vanilla ice cream on top, said Muffy. Arthur tried to laugh. Mr. Ratburn walked over. Arthur, I won't be staying at your house anymore. Really? Said Mr. Ratburn. Mr. Ratburn nodded. I need to be closer to my house to supervise the work on my roof. So, I wonder what's going to happen. Francine's parents have invited me to stay with them. After that, I'll be staying at Binky's house. Who knows, said Mr. Ratburn as he walked away. I may also stay at Muffy's, Buster's, and Fern's. Alright, thank you so much for listening to my story. I wonder how you all feel about this story. Thank you for listening.